Sandwiched between the Lincolnshire coast and the West Norfolk coast to the east lies a large expanse of shallow tidewaters and extensive mudflats known as the Wash. Measuring 15 miles long and 12 miles wide, the Wash is a valuable refuge for an impressive 350,000 wintering waders and waterfowl. The area is one of the most outstanding coastal areas in Europe, with its bleak yet beautiful landscape of salt marshes, mudflats, and open water. We began our journey on a mist-covered autumn morning 3 miles south of the seaside resort of Skegness, at the world-renowned Gibraltar Point National Nature Reserve. The reserve protects 1,100 acres of pristine coastline. The seashore, sand dunes, marshes, lagoons, and ponds provides habitat for a rich assortment of birds. Located at the end of the entrance road, a visitor center with a cafe and gift shop is a good place to begin your exploration. From here, you can explore the reserve by walking along the network of trails, stopping at one of several hides overlooking the coastal lagoons to view the birds. The large and bulky gray-legged goose is a year-round resident in the British Isles. This is partly due to the fact that many of the birds were released in suitable areas and became re-established. Truly wild gray-legged geese may be found in Scotland, especially during winter months, when many birds arrive from the breeding grounds in Iceland. The slightly smaller and less numerous pink-footed goose breeds in the Arctic tundra of eastern Greenland, Iceland, and Svalbard. The entire world's population then migrate to northwest Europe for the winter. Large numbers arrive in Britain during September and typically depart in April. The common snipe is a stocky, medium-sized wader with short legs and an extremely long, straight bill. It is easily overlooked due to its cryptic plumage, which blends in with the surrounding vegetation. The common snipe and the very similar Wilson snipe of North America were until recently considered to be of the same species. The northern wheat ear breeds in open, rocky country such as moorlands, coastal grasslands, and the farmlands with stone walls. It is a summer visitor to Britain mainly from March through October. It also breeds in Alaska, Greenland, throughout Europe and Asia. The entire world's population of this long-distant migrant spends the winter in Africa. The European stone chat, or stone chat, gets its name from its call, which sounds like two stones being tapped together. It is a conspicuous bird and typically perches on top of bushes and fence posts. It is a resident of the heathlands throughout Britain, with some birds moving to the coastal areas during winter. Known simply as the robin, or robin redbreast in Britain, the rather tame European robin was recently crowned as the nation's national bird. This is most certainly due to the fact that the robin is the most recognizable bird in Britain, often being portrayed on Christmas cards, just like the cardinal is in North America. One of the most common and widespread birds in Britain is a Chaff Finch, also known as a common Chaff Finch. The colorful male has a pinkish face and underparts and a blue-gray crown or nape. The less distinct female is paler brown. Both sexes have two distinct pale white wing bars. Other birds that we observed at Gibraltar Point include little grebe, Eurasian teal, and fieldfare. On a clear autumn morning, we depart the historic Tuesday marking place in downtown King's Lynn and headed about 10 miles north to the Snettisham Reserve, which is owned by the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, better known as the RSPB. Without a doubt, one of the best areas in Britain to watch waders must be the Snettisham Nature Reserve. Located along the Wash in West Norfolk, the reserve has expansive mudflats that are home to tens of thousands of wintering birds. Habitats also include coastal lagoons, a shingle beach, and salt marsh. The mudflats can be easily observed from the shingle beach, and several hides overlook the coastal lagoons. The curlew is the largest wading bird in Europe. It breeds on moorlands and wet grasslands and winters along coastal mudflats. Its long legs and extremely long down curved bill are distinctive. This individual is using its long bill to probe under rocks in search of its next meal. Known simply as turnstone in Britain, the ruddy turnstone is a widespread wader that is typically found in small flocks on rock jetties and mudflats along the entire coastline of Britain. As seen here, the turnstone gets its name from turning stones with its bill to find food. The Eurasian oyster catcher is a large and stocky black and white wader with a long orange-red bill, which it uses to hammer and pry open shellfish, such as cockles and mussels. It is a widespread, year-round resident in coastal areas and a few inland sites in Britain. Winter is a good time to see a large flock of oyster catchers assembling on the mudflats at Snedersham. Similar in size to the oyster catcher, the avocet, or pied avocet, as it is known globally, is a distinctly black and white patterned wader with a long upturned bill and long legs. Once considered extinct in the UK, the avocet has made a remarkable recovery in the past several decades, recolonizing coastal lagoons along the east coast of England. Small numbers of this unique wader may be found throughout much of the year at Snedisham. The small, dumpy-looking ring plover is a familiar sight along coastal areas inland reservoirs, and flooded gravel pits throughout Britain. Although it may be found throughout the year on the mudflats at Snettisham, it is most abundant during spring through autumn. The unmistakable Eurasian spoonbill, also known as spoonbill in Britain, is a tall white bird with a long spatulate bill and long black legs. It feeds by sweeping its distinct spoon-shaped bill side to side for crustaceans and small fish. It is an uncommon resident in Britain. Other waders that we photographed at Snatishan include bar-tailed godwit, dunlin, and common greenshank. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so as to be notified about our next episode as we continue our journey to the spectacular North Norfolk coast.